everybody, I'm Jeff Cummings from swimmingworld.tv here in beautiful Gold Coast, Australia. Absolutely sunny, absolutely beautiful. In less than 48 hours, the pool behind me is going to be just intense for the start of the Pan Pacific Championships. Australia, Japan, Canada, USA, Brazil, Korea, some swimmers from China, all over the Pacific Rim, and some that aren't part of the Pacific Rim are going to be at this meet for one of the fastest meets in the world. Wanted to give you a quick video tour of the pool and the whole facility, so I'm going to step out of the way and give you a semi-panoramic view of this wonderful pool that has been since renovated in time for this meet. Now, it's going to be the focus of this pool was for the 2018 Commonwealth Games, which obviously is 4 years from now, but this will be the maiden voyage of this great facility. As you can see, just beautiful crystal clear water, the familiar Omega blocks, and as you can see here, there's two scoreboards. I believe they're going to have one showing the race and the other showing obviously the running times and splits and official times and everything like that. And then underneath the scoreboard is the medal stand. I think they're going to probably do a little more with that. Right now, it's just three little platforms, but I would imagine they'll have a 1, 2, 3, have something a little bit better than that. I'm standing in the corridor where the athletes will walk out each night for finals after their name is announced. So why don't I walk you through and you could see exactly what they will see when their name is announced. So when their name's announced, they're walking through this turn, their name's announced, and they've got all of these adoring fans screaming for them. And if they're in lane 4, that's their view. Pretty intense view to walk out to, but pretty exciting too. So this here is the media mix zone. This is where athletes will come after their races, and they will stand on the right side of this partition, and the media will stand on the left side, ask questions. Some athletes might do a press conference, so it just all depends on how much attention they will get from the media and how much time they'll get. Obviously, somebody like Michael Phelps, Missy Franklin, James Magnuson, Kate Campbell, the list goes on and on. They may get an interview that's more than 5 minutes, and they'll not want to stand here for 5 minutes. They'll want to go warm down, so they may go and do their warm down and then go upstairs to the press conference room, which I'll show you a little bit later. So off in the distance there, you can see the 50-meter warm-up, warm-down pool where all the athletes will go after their races, before their races. This is pretty much where everybody will be hanging out if you're not watching, if you're not an athlete watching your teammates. Right now I'm walking between two 25-meter pools. This 25-meter pool is actually the diving well. And as you can see, there's a great diving facility. As I said, this is the place where the 2018 Commonwealth Games will be held. So looks like they got some great diving facilities in hand for that competition, and a great diving pool that can be used as a 25-meter pool, pretty deep, 5 meters deep, as you can see there. And then over here on the other side is a not so deep pool. This is a 25-meter therapy pool, and as you can see here, it's 1.25 meters, so somewhere between 4 and 5 feet deep. So pretty much just used for lessons and things like that. And then we'll take you over here from the therapy pool to the 50-meter pool. And they've got all the amenities that you would expect most of the top swim meets to have. They have all the regular starting blocks so that you can be over here and do your warm-up and practice your starts. And over on that side, you can see various team areas. I believe that tented areas for Japan, and so various teams will have tented areas that they'll hang out in when they're not out watching races. And it's still just a great facility, as you can see here. Not a bad place to hang out. And then they'll have a scoreboard here. I'm not sure if this will show the progress of the races going on in the actual competition pool, but that'd be great so you know where you are. Just imagine hanging out here. Great place to warm up and warm down, and it's the same depth as the competition pool, 2 meters deep. Not as deep as the Olympic pools, which are now getting to 3 meters deep, but still very good. And they have flat walls. So those of you who may be dreaming, who live in the United States, where we mostly use gutters, on the turning and starting ends. Get to work on your flat wall turns, because international meets, that's pretty much all they use. So there's a great view, the warm up and warm down pool. Isn't this a great view? This is the nosebleed section of the western part of the Gold Coast Aquatic Center. So this is as high up as you can get for a spectator. And so the race is going along. Everybody's getting excited. Get down to the turn here. I wouldn't blame you one bit if your eyes just started to wander in this direction. Isn't that wonderful? Just an awesome view. Gold Coast Aquatic Center right on the water. Now this is not the Pacific Ocean. This is a bay right off the Pacific Ocean. Here in Australia they call them spits. And if you look in this direction, where that break in land is, right there, beyond that break is where they're going to do the 10K open water swim on Monday. So not very far from the Gold Coast Aquatic Center. But still, if you were up here, just great panoramic views for you. So that's further along. That's more of Gold Coast waterfront. And then we'll come back in here to the Aquatic Center. Wind's kicking up a little bit. I understand this is probably the calmest day they've had, but I think the height of the spectator stands is kind of keeping the wind at a minimum on deck. So as you can see there, the backstroke flags aren't moving too much. That's a sign of how strong the wind is blowing on deck. So that's good. You know, it won't have too much of a impact, I think, on the athletes. So this is the starting end, and of course, still a great view out among the Aquatic Center. This is looking south now, more into Gold Coast. As you can see, there's a warm down pool. So if you're sitting in these spots, you can still see the athletes walking around in the warm-up area. Most meets you don't really get to see them outside the competition area, but you can pretty much see all the action over there. So it's not a very private area, but that's all right. So this is not the only great view of the Gold Coast. So we're going to show you. We're looking eastward toward the Pacific Ocean. Let's go westward. Let's see what we could show you on the west side here. So out there is the Gold Coast Highway, one of the major thoroughfares. Just some very stunning apartments here. As you can see, these guys here are starting to hang the flags of the countries that will be represented. Down there is Australia and Brazil and Canada. And please don't hate me, but I do not know what country the next flag is, and then that's China. So they're going in alphabetical order all across the grandstands, and that's going to be, as I said, the wind's picking up, so those flags are going to be flying very well. So anyway, this is the view looking westward. As you can see, there's mountains out there. So even though we're right next to the ocean, still mountains, very much like in California, in the United States. The view from the media area. So we're looking from the west side. We're looking from the east side. So we get to see the finish. It's a little bit of a trek to get down to the mix zone, which is, okay, so you see there, this is where the athletes come out. And just on the other side of that is the mix zone. So it's a little bit of a, as soon as we see the races, we probably have a couple minutes, but you know, that's still a pretty good trek to make sure we get down there in time to get the big quotes. But that we can't handle. And through these doors, as you can see, the media conference room, athletes walk in and they'll just take their seat right up here on the dais. can look out on a throng of pressure boarders. So as you can see on the other side of this is you can see the diving well. You can see that warm-up pool, warm-down pool. So it's a good view for the swimmers. They at least get to kind of look around when maybe if there's 4 or 5 people up here and they're not getting asked any questions, at least they can look out and see some swimmers walking around. But this is not a bad view. A lot of media here in the Gold Coast from a lot of countries. Here from the US, obviously, and there's some Japanese TV media mostly, and then obviously Australia. I haven't seen any other countries represented, but I believe maybe some from Brazil. I think I saw some people wearing a Brazilian flag on their shirt that were in the media room, which I'm about to show you now. So we're about to go into the media workroom. You have to be very quiet in here. People are working. But as you can see, ample space. Not sure how many journalists are accredited to be here, but there's still plenty of room, and we can also work outside in that, from that media view that I showed you at the pool. There's a, we can sit there and work if we want. So that's my video tour of the Gold Coast Aquatic Center, the site of the 2014 Pan Pacific Championships. I'm excited for the meet to start. I'm sure the athletes and the coaches are excited for the meet to start. The spectators who have bought their tickets are excited. So it's going to be here pretty soon. I hope you'll stay with swimmingworld.com and swimmingworld.tv for all the coverage from the Gold Coast. I'm Jeff Cummings. Thanks for watching.